gentlemen. This is Robert Conley on Robert Live Tonight. And I am going to give you a different show that is going to explain to you what's going on in this COVID world. I'm going to give you some information on the Steelers as normal on Sunday nights. I'm also going to give you information on a news section of the show that I'm going to have, especially when football season is not in force, and that is winning Baccarat. I'm going to be giving you information there because you may be included in winning Baccarat. Even though you don't know how to play the game, even though you don't know the game, you may be included, and that will be totally up to you. I'm also going to give you information tonight on business life separation. And I'm going to give you that because there's been a lot of information floating around, false that are deceptive since I'm going to give you information on how business works because so many people that work for somebody else, so many people that are hourly workers or even salary workers do not know the ins and outs of how the mechanicals of business works. So I'm going to give some information on that as well tonight. Now, first, what I'm going to be giving information on here on NGSC Sports, where Robert Live Tonight is going to be the new title of this show. It's no longer going to be Robert and Sonia Live. It is going to be Robert Live Tonight, and I'm going to be giving you information on what goes on with the Steelers throughout football season and anything else that you've been getting information on about the Steelers. Information. I may have a guest on at time to time. I may have a co-host at time to time, and I may have a co-host from time to time, and I may have one forever. I don't know how it's going to work, but right now we are in business, and there are personal things going on, and so things have changed a little because of the personal things that have been happening with me and had been happening with Sonia as well. So tonight it's Robert Live Tonight, and Robert Live Tonight is sponsored by Arena Eats. Log on to the website arenaeats.app for the ultimate fan experience at your favorite sports venue. Arena Eats mobile app, pre-order, express pickup, and in-seat delivery. How do you place your order? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Robert Live Tonight on NGSC Sports. The updates of the Steelers and what's stand. From what I understand, at the end of last season, when Steelers got knocked out of the playoffs, Mr. Rooney said there, though the salary cap was going to be lower than expected, ticket sales or no ticket sales in some instances, the salary cap was going to be lower for every team, and that meant less retention of some of the higher paid players throughout the NFL, not just the Steelers. So it's not just been the Pittsburgh Steelers that have been losing key players or players that we felt were key to the Steelers being successful. So every team has had their ups and downs in this free agency. And so we are just going to have to, as we normally do, because we can't do a thing about it, we're just going to have to deal with the changes that are happening in the Steelers camp, in the Steelers locker room, in the Steelers offices. We're just going to have to get through it, enjoy what's happening, back into it, and root the Steelers on to get to the our job is. We can't make any decisions. We are the fans. We don't make any decisions. They don't listen to us. What they do listen to is their pocketbooks. And listening to their pocketbooks is number one. It's number one. Because if they don't pay attention to that, then they run out of money without making the choices that they really wanted to make. And so it makes a difference, and they have to pay attention to their pocketbook the entire time. And especially right now during free agency, buy and sell, getting rid of, picking up, whatever they're doing in free agency. I'm going to let you know right now that I cannot see any comments because of the internet system that I'm on right now. It doesn't have the capacity to put everything on the screen that hopefully you are seeing, but I'm not able to see. I'm going to on the Facebook on my phone comments there. So I'm not sure. So we'll have to see what I can do here. But as things change and as they get better throughout this free agency period before we get into the draft and then summer and spring training and then into the preseason. I expect we're going to have a preseason this coming season and then into the season. Then things are going to get better here with this show, with these shows that you see me on each time that I come on. Hey, Brenda, how are you doing? I see at least one comment here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you information that maybe you've already seen, but maybe not, or that you already know about, but it's the Steelers rebuilding. When I say the Steelers we weren't going to have to rebuild. But we're not really going to have to rebuild. So that's not even in the question. That's what he said last winter, because now it's springtime. That's what he said last winter. Once the Steelers were knocked out of the playoffs. So here's what's going on in the Steelers camp right now. We all know, because it's what we wanted, Juju Smith-Schuster is staying in Pittsburgh. He had offers from, I think, at least three other teams, one being Cincinnati, one being Kansas City, I believe, and another one being Baltimore, and possibly other ones out there. But he decided to stay in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh upped their offer by $500,000, which was still lower than the other teams that were wanting Juju, and Juju accepted that, and so he's staying in Pittsburgh. Now, Juju, over the first 4 seasons being a professional and being in Pittsburgh, had 308 receptions for 3,726 yards. He had 26 TDs. In 2020, 31 yards. Now, his major plus for Coach Tomlin. Coach Tomlin says, I can put Juju at any receiving position and he will know exactly what to do. He will know what's needed and he will know exactly what to do. So Coach Tomlin likes the versatility of Juju, which is actually probably the most versatile receiver that we have had in possibly decades, because when you think about it, Heath Miller was a fantastic tight end, but he wasn't a wide receiver. He wasn't an end and around guy. He didn't have that kind of speed. He had the ability to get down the field, catch the ball, and make a few yards after the catch, sometimes even more. Vance McDonald had the ability, as long as everything was in place, to roll his way down to a 75-yard touchdown after stiff-arming one of those opponents from Jacksonville. He had the ability to do that, or Tampa Bay. He had the ability to do that, but he decided that his personal life was more important, and so he retired. So he's gone. But versatile that we've seen in a long time. Even X84 and his ability to run after the catch, whether it was on a receiving position or a punt return, his ability to run was fantastic. But he was not able to be a tight end because he was too small to do any blocking. And he couldn't get across the middle on the inside as well as he needed to be because he was too small. Although he had strength, he didn't have the power necessary to play a tight end position. So Juju is like the most versatile receiver that we've had in possibly decades. But he's staying in Pittsburgh, and that's fantastic. And Cameron Sutton at cornerback also is staying in Pittsburgh. He was drafted by the Steelers. The city of Pittsburgh doesn't want to take his family out of Pittsburgh because it's not just football in Pittsburgh, it's the entire city that he loves. So he's going to be staying probably for a long time. So he signed a 2-year contract with Pittsburgh to stay on as a Steeler for another couple of years. So he's going to be staying. Now, while he's played the last few seasons, this past season, he played every game. He didn't start every game, but he did play every game. He had 29 tackles, 26 of those being solos. He had 4 forced fumbles, an interception, and a fumble recovery. So he's added to our defense, even though he's not in there on every play. He's still there, and he's making a difference. So Cameron Sutton is staying. Now, also, in addition to those 2 guys that have stayed, Zach Banner is staying. BJ Finney is staying. Ray McLeod is staying. Marcus Allen is staying. JC Hassenauer is staying. And Chris Wormley is staying. So those guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 have stayed. These are the players that have left for one reason or another. The biggest reason being money and being able to get enough money that they want as a Steeler or as a professional player. Now, this is a thing that I want to say about the players on the Steelers team. Historically, the Steelers paying players, okay? Paying franchise to the players. And just in recent years have they started to increase the amount of money that they give players to play in Pittsburgh. But they've always been a team that just did not pay a lot of money for even star players because they know there's other guys out there that's going to come in and they're going to be a star when they're on the Steelers team. But anyway, that being said, the Steelers usually have a good field of players, offense and defense and special teams. And there's no reason to believe that won't happen again this coming season because the salary cap has been lowered and some guys have taken a reduction in pay in order to stay in Pittsburgh instead of going someplace else. Those are the guys that want to play in Pittsburgh. That's fantastic because it's not all about the money. It's not all about the money to these guys, and that's a fantastic situation. I'm glad that these guys are staying. Who did we lose? We lost Tyson Alualu. He left and he went to the Jaguars. Bud Dupree will be missed as well, and he's gone to the Titans. Matt Filer, it was off and on with him. He did a good job coming in as a replacement sometime, but he just wasn't doing everything we needed him to do all of the time. So he's gone, even though he's a good player. He's gone out to the Chargers out in California. Mike Hilton, a very good defensive back. He's gone, and he's gone downstream to the Cincinnati Bengals. Okay, right down the Ohio River is the city of Cincinnati from Pittsburgh. And so he's gone down there and he's going to be playing at Cincinnati. Vince Williams just did not cut it for the Pittsburgh Steelers, so he is just gone. The Steelers just got rid of him So he's gone. So, I mean, we haven't so far lost that much, but we did lose in losing Bud Dupree and Mike Hilton and Tyson Alualu. But as the Steelers rebuilding continues, we're bound to see some other high profile players come in to be on the Steelers team and help us get into the playoffs and hopefully into the Super Bowl this coming season. So that's pretty much it with what's happening in the Steelers now for the draft to come up. I'm not sure, but we're waiting for the draft to come up, and they've got their eyes on some pretty good players. Hopefully we'll pick these. If we pick up half of who they're looking at, is probably going to be a good addition for the Pittsburgh Steelers and move on through the season so that we can have a good team next season. And like I said, get through the playoffs and into the Super Bowl. We'll see how well that happens. So Juju Smith-Schuster still with the Steelers, and so is Cameron Sutton, Zach Banner, B.J. Finney, Ray McLeod, Marcus Allen, J.C. Hassenauer, and Chris Wormley. Those are the guys that are staying. Now, I'm going to get into a section here of this show so I can give you some information about what's going on. Now, when I talk about this, keep in mind, it's not just politics that I'm talking about, okay? It's not just politics, because although politics play a big part in our lives, on our daily lives, although they play a big part, they're not the deciding factor of everything that happens with us. Because when they make decisions, they are not making decisions that actually affect us. They're not making affect us. Let me give you an example here. In the rebuilding structure of the United States, such as the roads and the bridges, okay, and things that rebuilding happens, the federal government and the state governments provide through taxes. Provides funds. The federal government just provides funds, because as big as the national debt is, it can never be repaid. Okay, it's just way out there. It can never be repaid. So when they're talking about taxes and money going towards the budget and taking care of our base of financing, they're trying to, the money that they put out, they're trying to get that much money back every year. But that just doesn't happen, because we can't put it out there. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. Now, this is part of business, part of every business, part of how things work. If you have one person here, and another person here, you've got three people, okay? And this person is loaning the money. Okay, this person is loaning the money. Let's say they are Federal Reserve. Okay, they're loaning the money. They're loaning the money to this person. And this person that's borrowing the money is getting charged for borrowing the money. And so they are charged interest. So if this person over here is loaning $1,000 and they're loaning it to this person at 5%, when this person goes to pay it back, they now owe $1,000 plus the 5%. Okay, $1,000 plus the 5%. So they owe $1,050. Now, if this person here that borrowed the money is employing this person up here, and they pay that person $1,000, and then this person here has a store and a gas station, and they collect that money back from that person that they paid, they still only have $1,000. And when they pay that $1,000, they still owe the 5%. And if that's all the money that was out there, they still owe that 5%. Where are they going to get that 5% money from? There's no other money out there. There was only $1,000. So they can't just pull it out of thin air like the Federal Reserve Bank does when they charge the interest. Okay, it can't happen that way. So the debt really can never be paid off. We'd have to drain in order to pay off our debt only. In business, separating the personal thoughts and feelings from business makes it hard sometimes to make business decisions. But if you look at it as a business deal, a business situation, a business contract, and you take your feelings out of it, then it's easier to understand that it's business, and this is what has to happen in order for business work. Whether it's a positive or a negative, that's what has to happen in order to make the business work. Now, as it is hard for businesses to operate, because small businesses trying to get started in America have a 1 in 10 chance of surviving. 1 in 10. 90% of the businesses that start in the United States fail. Why do they fail? They fail because of lack of funding or lack of planning. Those two things are what kills businesses. If the Pittsburgh Steelers didn't manage their purse all of the time and they let their feelings get involved, they could be non-existent at this point, because they have to manage the money in order to get the players, in order to manage the money. It's a big circle, and they've got to maintain that circle. And if it gets lopsided, something's going to suffer. The team is going to suffer. And the wins and losses just may not be there as we need them to be. So managing the business and the personal and business, it's hard to separate sometimes, but you have to make decisions that you don't want to make sometimes because your personality is involved, and you've got to cut that out. When I go play Baccarat, I'm looking at my system. And when I'm playing Baccarat, I'm not playing for fun. I'm playing Baccarat to win money. I'm not going in there to have a good time. The only time that I have a good time when I'm playing Baccarat is when I walk out with more money in my pocket. And so while I'm playing, I have to make business decisions. Is this safe, or is it too risky to make a bet right now? And so I have to manage the business end of it and leave my personal feelings aside. I can't get revenge on the cards if I lose a bet. Those cards don't know who I am, and they don't have a brain to think about who I am. They're just coming out and somebody's laying them out. I cannot get my feelings involved. If I do, I will be a loser most every time. And so when I make a decision with Baccarat, just as I'm making decisions here on this show and on Walk with Robert and on Classy Stiller Divas, okay, I have to make decisions that involve the business end of it, like the Pittsburgh Steelers, like the federal government, like the state government, like the grocery store down the street, like the gas station down the street. Okay, those decisions have to be made in order for the business to survive, for businesses to survive. If businesses don't have funding and they fail, where are the citizens going to get their money from? Where are the people going to get their money from? What's going to happen there? How is that going to work if you don't have money, if you don't have businesses? Although businesses are important, they're not the only thing. Money's not the only thing. The people have to be somewhat satisfied. And so as this happens, let me give you this information here. Um, as businesses need to keep their viewers entertained, they must consider what actually keeps them entertained. Because if you're not entertained with what I'm saying, with what I'm doing, you're not going to want to come over here and watch what I'm doing, or watch me and a guest or me and a co-host. You're not going to be, if you're not entertained, there's other things for you to pay attention to. So we have to, in the future, make good or better decisions on keeping you entertained so that you stay here. Because as this has been a hobby, I'm working to turn it into a bona fide business this year. And turning it into a bona fide business this year means I have to have a good number of viewers every time I come on. I have to have a combined number of viewers from everything that I'm doing here so that I can bring you better entertainment, so that maybe I can get some advertisements sold, and maybe I can increase what's going on here and invest a little money. So as I'm doing this, then things are going to change a little bit. So the Walk with Robert, EI1, okay? The EI1 show, some of you haven't seen it. EI1 is Elementary Investing 1, because I'm an amateur like you, but I can tell you what I see. And you're either going to take hold of it or you're not. But there are opportunities that can happen. And if you take hold of those opportunities that I see that you can make money off of, then that's going to be good for you, because you won't have to go to college. You won't have to go to finance class. You won't have to do this, and this in order to make money off of the things that I talk to you about. They're out there and you can find them, and you can do a little bit of work or a lot of work, whatever it takes to make them work. And there's other opportunities that I may be bringing to you. And actually, I'll bring one to you tonight when I start talking about it, that you can make money off of without you having to physically do anything to get involved with making it happen for you. So the entertainment that will be going on is going to be hopefully better for you. We will provide a more consistent time frame for easier viewing. Okay, so there's been times when we haven't come on here, people expressed their opinions that they were sad that we weren't going to be on a couple of times. Well, we have personal lives just as you do, and we have to take breaks sometimes. And so that's what makes a difference on us being here every week or not. We will also provide more guests for your entertainment, because when I post that we're going to have a special guest on, we get a lot of people watching. So we need to get more guests on for your entertainment, so that you can see what else is going on around the world of the Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Okay. The messages provided will give more clear and precise information. So being more clear, things so that you don't have to try and figure out what it is that we're saying, so that you can hear and you process it and it's right there, right now. You don't have to think about what's going on. So we're going to try to give you more clear information each time we come on, or each time I come on, whoever is here. Okay. And the messages are going to be for easier listening, easier viewing, and less thinking sometimes. The structure of each show may change slightly until it's been tweaked until it's good for you, until you like every minute of the show. We're going to be restructuring in order to make this a better place for you to be on Sunday nights. Okay. And when I'm doing Walk with Robert throughout the week, and then Ride with Robert. Okay. And Double Cash Daily for Mansion Club, and Classy Steeler Divas. That's 4 shows through me that you're going to be able to pay attention to. And hopefully you're going to pay attention to all of them, because hopefully all of them will have the type of entertainment that you want to be paying attention to. So there are 3 shows now going to have 4 shows for you to be involved with. Interactive shows. We love when you come on and you give us your insight, your input into the shows. So, like the Robert Live Tonight is sponsored by Arena Eats. Log on to their website, arenaeats.app, for the ultimate fan experience at your favorite sports venue. Arena Eats mobile app, pre-order, express pickup, and in-seat delivery. How do you place your order? This is Robert Live Tonight on NGSC Sports. Now, NGSC Sports has a network of podcasters like me. Now, this is an opportunity. Here's like I'm telling you, there are opportunities, chances for you to make money. Okay, chances for you to do something different, something entertaining, something exciting for you. NGSC Sports has a network of podcasters like me, like you, that are talking about things that they want to talk about in the sporting industry. Now, in the sporting industry, it's only entertainment. Okay, it's only entertainment and always entertainment. And so if there is a part of the sporting industry that you like so much that you want to talk about, and you think that your voice is clear enough and your vocabulary doesn't have to be huge, I rarely say any big words on my shows. And as I don't say big words like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, that's one word. As I don't say those big words here, it makes it easier for you to understand what I'm saying, because most of us are not college educated. We're just people out here doing what we need to do to get along. Okay, we're not college educated, where we have a larger vocabulary than what I have, where we see and understand, hopefully, and it's not always the case, but understand things easier, so that we can make the decisions that we like to make and be entertained with these everyday people like you and me. So if you're interested, if you can talk about, even if it's hockey or Little League Baseball in your community, okay, there's a wide open market right now in your community for a podcaster. Okay, if you're interested in that, we can talk. Okay, I can tell you how things work, and I can help you to move things along if you're interested. And if you are doing a job of podcasting, you could possibly turn it into a money-making venture. And here's a place where you could start: NGSC Sports. NGSC Sports has over 1.5 million hits every month on their website, and climbing, steadily climbing. That means over 1.5 million possible viewers for you. I mean, a part of a network. It doesn't cost anything to get in. Okay, so I just want to put that out there. NGSC Sports has openings for podcasters. All right, so that's one opportunity. Now, as I said, the structure is going to change. I'm going to tweak it and tweak it and tweak it until I have it where I think is really, really good for the viewers to enjoy it. Plans for turning them into solid businesses, like I said, to keep you more widely entertained and through more consistent financial security. Remember a while ago I said that businesses fail because they don't have enough money. I put a little bit of money into here, and I put a little bit of money in the here and in the here. I mean, I put a little money into, like when I travel to Pittsburgh, all of that money's out of my pocket to bring you a nice show for you to watch. Okay, when I'm in Pittsburgh, I haven't gotten paid anything for that, but it gives you an inside viewing of what's happening in Pittsburgh on game day, and you like to see that kind of stuff. Okay, Now, another show. Now, this is going to be a new show. I gave you a preview of it a couple of weeks ago. Classy Steeler Divas. Classy Steeler Divas. I've been working on this for about almost 5 years now, and I'm going to turn that into a show as well. So it's going to be a sister show, no pun intended. It's going to be a sister show of this Robert Live Tonight show, or Robert and Sonia Live, whatever this show is going to turn out to be. It's going to be a sister show, and it's going to be on weekly. And I expect that I will have some Classy Steeler Divas as guests on the Classy Steeler Diva podcast. That's going to be interesting, because not only will you be able to see their photos and read the small column that I've got attached to their photos in the Classy Steeler Diva magazine, you will be able to see some of the Classy Steeler Divas here on the show. And there's going to be times, hopefully, as if everything works out right, there's going to be times where I will be doing live interviews with Classy Steeler Divas, not just here on the show, but in their hometown, in their own atmosphere. Because as I move around and travel and play Baccarat, then there's Classy Steeler Divas around the country. And hopefully I will be able to communicate with some of them and stop in their city and give you a live interview with a Classy Steeler Diva. So that will make for better enjoyment, better entertainment for the viewers of Classy Steeler Divas of the Pittsburgh Steelers show. So that's what I'm talking about in making this a solid business and giving you more entertainment, and so that you as viewers will enjoy it and stay here every week or every other week, however many times you want to see it, other than just during football season. Okay, because what happens is when the season starts, we gain viewers, and it goes like this. And then the season starts to level off, and it starts leveling off. And then if we don't make it, if we're not looking good enough for the playoffs, it starts going a nosedive till we get down to there might be 30, 50, 100 people viewing instead of 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, or 6,000. So bringing in people to watch Classy Steeler Divas and Robert and Sonia Live, or Robert Live Tonight, whatever it is, then that will help to keep the viewership up and keep you entertained. And as I said, there's going to be opportunities, opportunities for you to be involved in. Now, with this going on, let me see here. I've got a few comments here I can see on the phone, but I can't see them on screen. Let me see if I can see the comments here. Don't want you to hear it, but let me see if I can see comments. Hey, David, how are you doing? Going to rebuild the defense. Yeah, we've got to rebuild some of the defense, David. Not very much, though. Bud Dupree is gone, but that's not going to kill the defense. That's not going to kill it. Let me say, hey, Timothy, how are you doing? And Stephen, how are you? And it says 2 others are watching as well, but I can't see everybody here. So I'm sorry that I can't see who is here, but in the future, I'll be able to see all your comments and be able to chat back and forth like I like to do, because I love it when you come on and you make your comments. So now getting into the last part of this show. Here tonight on Robert Live Tonight, I'm going to give you an opportunity, okay? I usually give you opportunities to win prizes. Tonight, there's not going to be a prize, but tonight there's going to be an opportunity for you, okay? Part of this show tonight, this is the 3rd segment of this show. We talked about the Steelers updates. I've talked about the business personal separation, and now I'm talking about Double Cash Daily and Mansion Club. Double Cash Daily is who I am when I'm playing Baccarat, okay? Double Cash Daily, that's my Baccarat name. And so when I am playing, I'm playing usually for other people, okay? you can go to this website and check out the Double Cash Daily information on Mansion Club. It's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. So as I play as Double Cash Daily, what I do, and it doesn't work 100% of the time, but it works about 70% of the time. I have other people that I play for. Okay, I paid a couple of people out last week from playing and winning money. I'm going to pay out a couple of people tomorrow because I won again this weekend, and I expect I'll be paying people out next week as well. Now, when I am playing for these people, what I'm playing for is to let me put it this way. The people that are in now have a special agreement with me, and it's not what the Mansion Club offers. Mansion Club is going to offer something different than what the early entrants, investors have gotten and are getting. But in Mansion Club, when I play for people that are members, you can become a member in Mansion Club. And I'm going to give you a different opportunity tonight. Okay, and I'll give you a different opportunity. I will give you this same opportunity, which is a different opportunity each week for about 4 or 5 weeks. Once I get back to Vegas, this opportunity that I'll give you tonight will be gone. Poof, it will have disappeared. Okay, so it's going to give you an opportunity to get in with very little money. Very little money. Most people that come in, no, not most people that come in, everybody that's come in through Double Cash Daily and the early investors have come in with a minimum of $1,000. Okay, and I've got like a dozen people in that I play for. But the people that come in to Mansion Club on a membership, I am putting together a special membership for my viewers. Okay, I'm putting together a special membership because not everybody has $1,000 to invest. And I can help you to get started with a very small amount of money. I understand not everybody has $1,000 to invest. A lot of people have been out of work. A lot of people have barely held on with these small COVID relief benefits that we've been getting. So I'm making a very, very small investment opportunity for those who want to get started and want to benefit from me playing. Okay, because like I said, I win about 70% of the time, and that allows me to win money that I can pay investors out on, and they are making a higher rate of return than basically anything else out there in the world right now. Okay, with me playing Baccarat. I even have an FTC licensed guy that I play for. And he says, Robert, he says, I understand there's risk here, but there's risk in every investment. But there's no investment out there that I see. And I pay attention to all of this stuff. There's no investment out there where I can get the rate of return that you're giving me. So I'm staying in, I'm staying with you because you're doing a great job for me. Okay, and when I get back to Vegas, it's going to be an even better job because I'll be back to full-time playing. So what do I play? What is Baccarat? What is Baccarat? Baccarat is a card game that they deal 2 hands out on the table. Before they deal the hands out on the table, you need to place your bet on which hand you think is going to be the winner. It's that simple. If you don't pay attention and try to learn what's going on, if you just play and you make guesses, you have a good opportunity to win. But once you get into playing and once you get into learning, you have to continually learn, because if you don't, you'll get to this point and they will take your money. They will take it. You can't half learn this game and how to win this game. You have to either stay down here where you know nothing, or you got to go way up here where you have learned more than what the machine, the shuffle machine, can do to block you out and steal your money. Okay, so where I'm at, I'm here. And I'm going to allow you to be here with me. Okay, I'm going to allow you to be here with me for a very small amount of money. Now, can viewers win without playing? Yes, viewers can win without playing because I will be able to play for you. I will play for you. How does this work, Robert? I'm going to tell you up front how it works so you understand. Let me give you an example. Number one, if you were to invest your money in the stock market, you probably will not be able to get to a conversation with the CEO of that company. So you will be investing your money into something, into someone that you will never be able to talk to because they don't have time for you. Here's an example. There's a lady here in this city of Columbus from a very big family. About 35 years ago, that family was the only family company in this city that could get their hands, besides the banks, okay, and the insurance companies. They were the only ones that could get their hands on $25 million cash overnight. That family. This lady is the mama of that family. And she's got a lot of money in the bank. And two of her grandsons said they want to invest some of her money. So they took $2 million to invest it. And then they went to another state to invest it. She wanted to know what was going on with her money. And so she called the bank and she was giving them information. I'm not going to tell you what bank it is, but it's a big, big bank across the country. So she was trying to find out what's going on. And what did they do? They turned her into the aggressor, where the two grandsons were the aggressors. They turned her into the aggressors and locked down her money. She couldn't get to any of it. She couldn't get to any of it. And I'm talking about millions and millions and millions of dollars. And she couldn't get to it because her grandsons was doing something they weren't supposed to be doing with her money. So as she was trying to invest it and make more and give them an opportunity, things were just all haywire until her granddaughter got involved and got everything cleared up. And finally, her money got released back to her. And then these grandsons, every charge, every law that they broke, were found guilty of. So they're going to go to jail for a while. So in that happening and you understanding that, she was not, when she got to the CEO, when she got to the top man, Jamie, when she got to Jamie gave her to one of his associates. One of his associates said, I don't have time to talk to you. And she's been an investor in that bank by having her money in that bank for years and years and years. And he didn't want to talk to her. So the difference between investing your money in the stock market or something out there like that, the difference between that and in investing in here, you see me quite often on a daily basis, or you see what I post. You have access to me by sending me a message. So you'll be able to talk to me and chat back and forth if you need to know something. If you become I don't want to call you an investor, okay? If you become a member, then you will have access to conversation. So you understand, all right? There's nothing that you put your money into that's 100% guaranteed. They're not allowed to say that through the FTC. insurance companies, your 401k, stocks, bonds, anything, real estate even. Nobody can legally tell you that you're guaranteed to get money back. Nobody. If they do, they're breaking the FTC rules, Federal Trade Commission. Okay, so they'll tell you, you read the fine print, okay? But there's nobody out there that can legally tell you that you're going to make money. They can show you what their history is. And they can tell you, historically, this is what we have done. And if all goes well, we will do this in the future. But I'm not going to guarantee you that this is what's going to happen. And those of you who have 401ks, you know that last year you probably lost a ton of money. So I'm here to talk to. What is the lowest amount of money a viewer can put into a membership? What's the lowest amount of money? Well, I know it's hard, and I know that most of you want more money. And putting money into a membership here means that I can, not necessarily will, but I can win money at the casino and you profit from it. Now, the profits that I talk about, the winnings, has a possibility of doubling your membership fee every 8 weeks. When I say your membership fee doubling, that means that what you pay for your membership, you can take it out after 8 weeks and it can be double what you paid for your membership. So if you buy a piece of a membership for $100, no. If you buy a piece of a membership for $50, in 8 weeks, you can say, hey, Robert, I'm done with Mansion Club. Has my membership fee doubled in 8 weeks? I said, okay, yes, it's double. So now your $50 membership fee, you can request it, you'll get $100 back. Okay? Then you can do that in 8 weeks. There's no place out there that I know of that can return double your money, double cash daily. I'm not going to tell you that you'll get double every day or every week. It's an 8-week period where it can double. Okay, so the smallest amount that you can come in with would be $50. A normal membership is $2,000. I know everybody doesn't have that, but if you want to increase your finances, the money that you have coming in, then you got to start someplace. You can't keep doing the things that you've been doing and believing that something's going to be different. So I'm making a special deal for you at $50. Okay. And I will make that deal, and it's available and it's open until I get back to Vegas or until I leave here in Columbus. Now, what's going to happen? How does this work? How it works is I will take your $50, your $50, your $50, your $50, and put it in as $1,000. Okay, so 20 people. I'll put it in as $1,000 membership, and I will play with that money. And at the end of 8 weeks, your money, your membership money, should be at $100 instead of $50. And that's not a guarantee, but it should be there. Okay, that's a very, very small amount of money. People spend more than that at what's that coffee place every month. Okay, so I'm giving you that opportunity. But on top of that, I'm going to give you another opportunity. And each person that is a member with me already is getting this opportunity right here. I am opening up virtual clubhouses across the country. A virtual clubhouse. You have the opportunity to attain one of those virtual clubhouses at a zero cost to you. These are going to sell for $20,000. I'm making them available to you at zero cost if you come in at a $50 membership. Now, what is this virtual clubhouse going to do for you? First, you will run an ad, free ads that don't cost you any money. Okay. I want you to do this as simple as possible. I want you to get in. I want you to have an opportunity. You'll run free ads on Craigslist or wherever you know you can place free ads. Okay. And you're going to run the ads that I give you looking for people that want to double cash every 8 weeks. Okay. You run these ads that I need you to run. Now, like I said, it doesn't cost you anything. And what happens is when those people respond, you send them to me. You don't have to sell anything. You don't have to sell anything. I just want you to be a bird dog. I want you to find people for me and send them to me. And then when they come to me and I tell them exactly what's going on, just like I'm telling you, and they come to me, I'll tell them, well, this is the minimum investment that you need to put out there to buy a membership into this virtual clubhouse where I will play for you and expect to double your money every 8 weeks. So when these people come in and I play for them and I double the money, the clubhouse owners get 10%. So if you are a clubhouse owner, I'm getting chills right now because people don't do this. If you are a clubhouse owner, virtual clubhouse owner, and you find 10 people and you send them to me and I close the deal and they become members and they become members at $2,000 each, that's $20,000 that I have to play with. And when I double that in 8 weeks, you will have $2,000 coming to you. That's wrong. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. I don't even know what I'm talking about, right? Yes, you'll have $2,000 coming to you. If I'm playing with $20,000 and you receive 10%, you will have $2,000 coming to you. And how much did it cost you? Nothing. Plus, you will have your $50 that you already bought a membership with, and in 8 weeks, that $50 can turn into $100. Okay, now, like I said, these memberships, these virtual clubhouses are going to cost $20,000. So as I'm helping you, you're going to help me, because what's going to happen is when I have a history of these clubhouses producing double the money every 8 weeks, now I have testimonials and I have records of what's happened in our history. And when I have the records of what's happened in our history, there are going to be people who say, hey, I love this concept. I'll spend $20,000 to buy a virtual clubhouse. So I'm giving you an opportunity. If you're interested, send me a message so I can talk to you a little bit more and explain and answer any questions that you have. All right? This opportunity is going to be available until I leave Columbus, but there's only going to be so many spots available. Okay? Don't let it pass you by. I'm giving you a very, very low cost way of getting into what could turn into a major wind flow for you. Okay? Because if you open up a virtual clubhouse, each virtual clubhouse caps out at 40 members, no more than 40 members. And each membership can be bought at as much as $10,000. Now listen to this piece right here. Listen to this piece. As you're buying the clubhouse for zero, I'm giving it to you, and you open it up and you run the ads and you find as many as 40 people, and I bring all of those people in. Okay, capping it off at 40 memberships. Remember, these memberships can cap out at $10,000 each. If you have 40 members in your clubhouse at $10,000 each, that's $400,000. When I go to play every 8 weeks and I double that money, $400,000, how much is 10% of that in 8 weeks? Yes, you just got paid $40,000 in 8 weeks. What kind of risk do you have here? This is Robert Conley. I want you to watch this again. I want you to watch this again. For those of you on YouTube that are not on Facebook, my email is robertconley2002@yahoo.com. Send me a message. Okay? Because you can get one of these virtual clubhouses at $0. Again, it's Robert Conley 2002@yahoo.com. Don't hesitate, because once it's closed, it's closed. And then if you want to get in, you're basically going to be locked out because you won't have $20,000. This is Robert Conley on Robert Live Tonight. This is going to be a part of the show where I'm talking to you about Baccarat. Hey, Kathy, how are you doing? Hey, Pedro, how are you doing? So I'm talking to you tonight about this. I want you to go back and watch this again and listen to it, okay? I want you to pay attention to it, because this is probably the only time that you will have an opportunity that can bring you a year's income in 8 weeks, and you paid $0 for the opportunity. It's not going to last forever either, because once I start playing with the bigger dollars, and I'm playing with pretty big money right now, once I start playing with the bigger dollars, I'll be playing for your clubhouse on this day. And I'll be playing for that clubhouse on this day. And I'll be playing for that clubhouse on this day. But what I'm going to be playing with on a daily basis from casino to casino to casino is $40,000, $50,000, $80,000, $100,000 a day. So there's only so many memberships that's going to be available at this cost. Get one, okay? Come in as a member at $50, and then get a clubhouse, a virtual clubhouse for $0. And then send people to me so that I can make them members of your clubhouse. If you don't have $50 and you've got 10, go get 4 of your family members that have $10 and come in at $50 in your name. It's $10. I'm telling you, I'm begging you right now. Because if I would have had an opportunity like this, I would have jumped. Now, let me give you a little bit of information here, and then I'm going to get off because I'm going to work. It's not a game when I go play. It's work. So I'm going to go for a couple hours tonight. Maybe I will maybe I'll win the money in an hour or two and then come home and rest for the night. Yesterday, I went to Cincinnati. My daughter and I went to Cincinnati. We went in to play. We sat down at the table. In 10 minutes, I won $1,000 in 10 minutes. The cards weren't looking that good after that. And I didn't want to lose that $1,000. So I told my daughter, this is what I've got. She won some money as well. Let's go eat. She said, yeah, let's get up and let's go eat. So we went to eat. Okay. We were gone for about an hour. We came back. We sat down at another table. We sat down at that table. And in about 30 minutes of playing time, I won another $1,400. My daughter won some more money. I said, let's go. I said, let's leave. So in less than a total of 2 hours of playing time, I won $2,400. If I were playing for your clubhouse, that would have been $240 for you. That would have been $240 for you yesterday. When I go, after I shut this down, when I go over tonight, I'm going to be looking to win $1,000. And if it looks really good, I'm going to be looking to win $3,000. So if I only win $1,000 and it were your clubhouse I was playing for, you would make $100. That's twice what you paid for your membership. And you still have your membership. Don't pass it up. I'm telling you, don't pass it up. When I come back on here, I'm going to tell you how many free memberships I'm going to give away. I'm not telling you tonight. I just want you to know there's a limited number. Because the limited number, there's a total, including the ones that are going to pay $20,000. There's only room for 1,800 memberships across the whole country. Only 1,800. That's it. No more. Don't wait. Send me a message. People on YouTube, send me a message at robertconley2002@yahoo.com. That's ROBERTCONLEY2002@yahoo.com. If you're on here watching me and you're on Facebook, send me a message. Okay. This is Robert Conley on NGSC Sports. Robert Live Tonight is sponsored by Arena Eats. Log on to the website arenaeats.app for the ultimate fan experience at your favorite sports venue. Arena Eats mobile app, pre-order, express pickup, and in-seat delivery. How do you place your order? Now, I talked about restructuring these webcasts, these podcasts. And if you get involved, you can help to build these podcasts up. And there could be another opportunity, another financial opportunity as they grow. I'm not sure about that yet, but there could be. Okay. So I'm getting off here. I'm going to go play. I want you to watch this again so you can hear it again and watch it again and watch it again. But it's going to cost you $0 to own a virtual clubhouse. This is Robert Conley on Robert Live Tonight on NGSC Sports. I'm gone, y'all.